You'll hear the vertical lines coming off of the candles referred to as different things. They're known as the shadows, the tails, or the wicks of the candle. The information added by the shadows, tails, or wicks is the highest and the lowest price of the period. This means that price would have touched the very top and very bottom of the wicks as the candle was forming, before closing as you see them now. This is invaluable information for a trader, and I'll explain more about candle patterns and qualities in a future video. For now though, let's stick to the basics. This and they look like these. As you can see, these candles have little or no real body. They're known as doji candles. What a doji candle is telling you is that price opened and closed at the same or very near to the same price. This is known because there is little or no real body. So although the price may have moved quite significantly during the time period, it closed back on or very near to its opening price. And that is the basic foundation of reading a chart. If we reintroduce the chart from earlier, you'll see that all of the information present on the chart is simply based around price action. Here we can see some bullish candles, and the market pushes higher as price increases. Bearish candles show price decreasing, and so the market is falling. You can also see that the vast majority of the candles have shadows, tails, or wicks, and usually they are visible on both ends of a candle. And finally, we can see some doji candles, where price has opened and closed at the same price or very near to the same price. I hope you enjoyed this video. I intend to put together a complete series of them, leading you from foundations right through to trading mastery. I spent a lot of time and suffered a lot of stress and heartache, not to mention financial loss, in my journey learning how to trade, and so the series that I put together will be exactly what I wish had been available to me.
Sports analogy or a boxing analogy. You know how in college football they always say, oh, well, so-and-so is undefeated this year, but they haven't played anybody, right? That's this over here. You know, I don't know, Notre Dame's undefeated, but they haven't played anybody. Well, Clemson's undefeated, but they played the top 3 teams in the country. What would you rather have? Who are you going to put your money on? What team are you going to put your money on? I'm going to put my money on the team that was tested, played the number 3 team in the country, and came out and beat them. Both teams are undefeated, though, aren't they? I want the team that's been tested and got through it. That's this box on the left. There's nothing wrong with this box on the right, but I prefer the box on the left because I know they've been tested and they passed the test. Make sense? I hope so. Same with how the bars form. How would you prefer the bar to form? Think battle tested. Bottoming tail, little green, big red, big green, battle tested. Okay? Could have gone straight down, could have gone up. You know the bottoming tail has been battle tested. You know that for sure. Because it's got a bottoming tail. But when it's not a bottoming tail, it's just a wide range green bar or wide range red bar, you don't know how it formed. This is why you have to drill down. Or it's why you have to drill down. So let's go back, okay? And now you have a better understanding of why these are so potent, okay? Yes, we understand the stock is strong. We understand it's consolidating in a tight range. But I love when we get the extra level of confirmation. And to be clear, you won't get this on every trade. It's nice when you do, but you won't get it on every trade. Here's an example of one that you really didn't get a ton of confirmation, right? Bought at 67.50, there's your half number, it's back towards the moving average, and you also didn't get a huge volume spike initially. You got it later, right? You got a bigger volume spike later, but you didn't get it initially. What I prefer is what you're going to see on the next slide. I prefer that. Why? Because as soon as it triggers, and by the way, this is a daily chart, guys. Breakouts can happen on 1-minute charts. It can happen on monthly charts, yearly charts, any time frame you want. That's what's so beautiful about technical trading. Everything's valid on all time frames. That's the volume spike you want. That's confirming just how committed the buyers are. Okay? Consolidate, 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 blast off. See the resting volume here, the quiet volume, and then boom. Okay? Guys, it's no different on the short side. It's no different. Half and whole numbers, 20-50, 20-50, 20-50, get a little bit of a tug of war here and a little bit of a tug of war here, and then boom. Breaks right under that area. Guys, some people ask me, are you worried about that little bottoming tail? Not really. Why? Because it consolidated for so long. Right? It consolidated for like an hour. Moving average is right there. Volume drop in the middle of the base. Huge volume spike as it triggers. It's perfection. It's beautiful. It's outstanding. It's great. It's wonderful. Okay? So those are some of the things. Obviously, I'm not going to go through, the whole chapter here, all right? But those are some of the things that you need to understand. Now, what I'm not going to talk about today is how to get filled on breakouts and breakdowns, all right? That's a topic for another time, because you can see here on the next slide, the good ones skip a lot of people. The good ones skip a lot of people, okay? So just make sure, guys, when we're talking about breakouts and breakdowns, the quality is there. Demand quality. I see this a lot with newer traders. You get caught up in the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Why? Perhaps somebody else in the chat room mentions an idea and you don't want to miss it. Maybe you're having a bad day and you want to get your money back. Okay? Or maybe a moderator in a chat room mentioned it. You're like, oh, he's a great trader. I have to follow him. No, no, and no, and no. You need it to meet your personal criteria. Right? It has to meet your personal criteria and demand everything of it. And when we talk in technical trading essentials, guys, okay? Not technical trading essentials, my apologies. Where is that book? There it is. Trading plan essentials. That's it. Trading plan essentials. There's a page in that book, which is how to build a trading plan. There's a page in that book where it has must-haves and like-to-haves. You cannot cut yourself short on the must-haves. You have to have all of the must-haves and then hopefully most of the like-to-haves. So don't cut yourself short. Look inside the bar. What is happening? Look at where it's happening. Major support, level 1 support, and then how did it get there? So let's go back real quick. How did the bar form? Right, bottoming tail doji bar. Where did the bar form? At major support, 100% retracement, level 1 support. How did it get there? After a 5-bar extended move on ending volume. Boom, 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 buy it. That's it. You just go check, check, check. You have a checklist. It finishes the checklist and you buy it. So I just went over all that. Now let's take a look. Okay? Everything I just explained to you. 7 bars down. All right? 2, 4, 6, 7th bar down. Several large bars into multiple pivot support. Increased volume. Green bar at the bottom. Bottoming tail. The stock has entered an area where buyers are expected to step up after a 7-bar move lower on increased volume with multiple wide range bars, which typically means the stock is likely tired and ready to bounce, equals high odds. Can I guarantee you it's going to work? No. But really high odds it does. Really high odds it does. And if it doesn't, I have a stop loss for it. I want you guys to think about it. It's not what we're talking about today, but I'm going to throw it in. Trading, technical analysis trading, is just a game of statistical probabilities. That's it. That's all it is. There's never a trade in the world, even if it's the greatest thing I've ever seen, that I can guarantee you will work. But I can increase the chances or the odds that it will work when I start using these reversal signs and I start adding things together and start putting things over top of each other. And what are you doing when you're doing this? You're getting a cleaner, clearer, more accurate picture of what will likely happen. That's all you can do. That's all you can do in trading, is get the clearest, cleanest picture you can with the most amount of information that's available to you so that you can make the best decision possible. After you've made the decision, you live with it. You buy it, target it, stop. If it works, wonderful. If it doesn't, next. That's it. That is it. Okay? So that is today's topic, guys. All right? I think this topic, as basic sometimes as it sounds, is truly the foundation of trading success. How something happens, where something happens, what is happening inside the bar are things that every single time you take a trade, you have to ask yourself. Stop, and one more, stop following people blindly, having no idea or understanding what it is that they're doing. Stop it. You know, this is real money. It's your real money. I don't really care what you do with your real money, but I'm telling you, you're foolish if you're blindly following and, quote, trusting somebody else. What's the word trust but verify? Have it in your trading plan. Verify it meets your plan's requirements. And if you're not sure, ask. And guess what? I don't want to hear it. Well, things happen so fast, if I did that, I'd miss it. Well, then you missed it. There's going to be another one later on today or tomorrow or next week. Don't worry about it. FOMO, who cares? Move on. Just forget about it. Okay? Unless and until you feel 100% confident and comfortable in the trade you're taking, don't take it. End of discussion. And every time you take a trade, guys, every single time that you take a trade, ask yourself those questions. How did the bar form? Where did the bar form? And how did it get to where it's currently at?
It's all bad, make you weak, got hands on the rack. Got a fiend with me, and I'll feast all the cheese, all the greed. Where I live is where I play, yeah. I hate that methonomics, that make this operational. Nigga, mathematics, broken up, she got it changeable. There's no reason. Call up Bizarro automatically up for clients. Hottest stars were designed in the bites. I haven't survived your 45 minutes of fight for the play nights. Butterflies, you're my sight. At the site, got a feeling for the photos. I'm muttering with this certificate. It's all bad, make you weak, got hands on the rack. Got a fiend with me, and I'll feast all the cheese, all the greed. Where I live is where I play, yeah. I hate that methonomics, that make this operational. Nigga, mathematics, broken up, she got it changeable. There's no reason. Call up Bizarro automatically up for clients. Hottest stars were designed in the bites. I haven't survived your 45 minutes of fight for the play nights. Butterflies, you're my sight. At the site, got a feeling for the photos. I'm muttering with this certificate. It's all bad, make you weak, got hands on the rack. Got a fiend with me, and I'll feast all the cheese, all the greed. Where I live is where I play, yeah. I hate that methonomics, that make this operational. Nigga, mathematics, broken up, she got it changeable. There's no reason. Call up Bizarro automatically up for clients.
Get in.
What did you say to my wife?
What the fuck's going on with you?
Lara took off this morning with the boys. Just say the word, and I'll erase Wendy Rhodes from our world forever.
Name's Brian Connery.
You've been following me.
There's someone I need you to see. She vets all of my candidates.
You're still trying to control this. Better start telling me the things that you're afraid to whisper.